Okay, so today's tomato review is going to be on the Lucky Tiger tomato. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the center part of the Lucky Tiger. Let me zoom you out. Okay, that's what it looks like in the center. And it's got a beautiful lime green color in the inside. Now this is very similar, if not almost exactly the same tomato as the green tiger. I don't really think there is a difference, but maybe there is, so I do keep the seeds separate. But this is the Lucky Tiger. I just did a review on the green tiger and it very much looks the same. Except this Lucky Tiger seems to be blushing red within it very prominently. So anyway, this is what it looks like. Try to get you so we can focus in on there. Come on, baby. There we go. And as you can see, there is wilding in the rind, like right around there. And you could also see that it's bichambered. And the seeds are like a lime green color. I'm not sure if those seeds will eventually change color as the tomato ripens, so I don't really know that for sure. And the seeds are firmly attached to the rind, so that's a very good sign, guys. That's a very good sign of a good tasting tomato. Now, I can't guarantee you it's going to taste good, but I'm just saying those are all the things I look for. Now, let's give you a better look at what the tomato looks like profile-wise. So, as you can see, come on, focus. As you can see, it's a very beautiful looking tomato. And it's got a little blushing on it. It's got a very interesting shine to it. It almost has like a pearl or an opal effect to it. And it does get this red blushing. I'm sure that increases if you really let the tomato ripen. But like I said, I'm pulling tomatoes off early this year because I'm getting hit by stink bugs and other bugs attacking the tomatoes. So I really got to get my tomatoes off the vine, and I'm really pushing these reviews out mainly because of that reason. And it's just a gorgeous looking tomato. And you can see it in relation to my finger. You can see about the length of it. That's about how big it is, you know. It's got a nice little nipple on the end of it. It's a pretty nice looking tomato. I definitely like the look of it. And it's got a nice presentation. And it's a pretty good producer. For me, though, I didn't produce that many of these tomatoes. And the reason why is my soil was bad. But I'm sure if I grew this in really good conditions, I would get hundreds of these tomatoes. So I would say it's a good producer. It's a good plant. It's semi-wilt resistant. I'm not going to say it's fully. Some of the plants that died from tomato wilt this year, that plant seemed like it got it and it fought it off. It also fought off the late blight. So it has some good disease resistance to the plant. I guess by nature, or maybe they bred that into the plant. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous tomato. So, got fruit flies coming out too. So why don't we take a taste test on this piece here. I'll bite it and I'll try to describe it. Absolutely delicious. Whoa, that threw me for a surprise. Whoa. This tomato was very sweet. 35–40% in the sweetness. Very, very sweet. Tangy was a little low. I would say the tangy was probably 25–30. So it was overwhelmingly sweet. Very unusual for a tomato. It tasted really nice though. It wasn't so sweet where it tasted like a jelly donut or something like that, but for a tomato to have that level of sweetness was very powerful. It was a very strong effect from that. What an incredible taste on that. That was just an absolute shocker to me. Let's give this one a go and let me try to re-describe that. Wow, that was absolutely delicious. Let me tell you something. That tomato had a very strong sweet flavor, but it also had a good tangy follow-up. It worked together really well. The flavor of it, the contrast of flavors that go through your mouth as you eat it. You got that sweetness comes in, then it's kind of like a moist effect, and then all of a sudden the tangy part kicks in, and it carries that tomato flavor. And what a delicious tomato. That is a tomato I would really like to make a sauce with this. I'd be really interested in making a sauce with that. That was a very, very delicious tomato. I have a high regard for this tomato. Absolutely delicious. That is probably on par with the black cherry tomato, which is, I'm going to do a review next on these, which is my ultimate favorite as far as cherry tomatoes go. This is like my #1 cherry tomato. This is like saving first place, you know, because you cannot beat the black cherry tomato. But now that I just tried this, I tell you what, that's like in that same family of effect, sweetness and tart and tang, and the way that tomato, you can eat hundreds of those tomatoes. This is the same kind of effect. I could eat hundreds of these tomatoes, never get sick of it, because they're so sweet and so watery and fulfilling. It's nothing about it that you don't mind eating them. It's like absolutely delicious. Oh, this one got cracked. The insects got it, but this one's still good. But I got to save seeds from these. Man, guys, that is a delicious tomato. Wow. Let me tell you something. If you never tried this tomato, definitely give this tomato a go. That is definitely worth it. This is the Lucky Tiger tomato. Like I said, there was a green one. I just did the green tiger, and I didn't care for that one as much. I don't remember what my review on that was. But this one, I can tell you right now, by far, this is like almost #1 for this type of cherry tomato, plum tomato, these small little grape tomatoes. This is, even though it's shaped weird, that still kind of competes with the cherry tomato. So they're kind of in that family. They're not a large beefsteak type tomato, so I can't compare the two. But for these little tomatoes, man, this was unbelievable. Like I say, you know, rating wise, I want to put it at #1, basically. I'm like fighting at #1 because there's not too many can take that #1 place. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a #1, guys. That taste earned its spot for me. That taste definitely earned its spot. Man, that was absolutely amazing of a experience. You got to try this tomato, the Lucky Tiger. Absolutely delicious. It just earned #1 for me. I wish I had a half dozen of these. I'd eat them all on camera for you. That's how good they are. Threw me for a surprise. I absolutely was not expecting this tomato to taste that good. It's the first year I'm growing this tomato, so I didn't know what to expect, but I figured it'd be like the green tiger because they look almost the same. So I'm thinking, this is probably going to taste just like that. But no, this was absolutely completely different. Lucky Tiger tomato. Wow. Give this one a go, guys. You're going to like this one. So, yep, earned #1. #1 place for me. All right, so that's your review for the Lucky Tiger tomato. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.